record this. Okay, so before we dive into all of the call for tonight, I want to quickly talk about coach training. So you guys just had to bear with me. I'm still kind of a new coach and learning what's working and what's not working. So you guys are kind of here while I'm doing trials and errors and testing things. I just don't like the coach training. I feel like it's not working, but at the same time, I can't keep changing the system. Maybe it's not the system. Maybe it's just, this isn't for everybody. With that being said, Ashley Feldison has completely taken off in this business in the past 2 months. She has 5 coaches that are just 2 coaches away from Diamond. That is huge. All right. The coolest thing about once you hit 1-star Diamond, meaning that you have built your business to Diamond rank, and then you've helped somebody hit Diamond rank, it really just starts to take off from there. You have the belief, you have the momentum, your team starts to catch on, things just kind of start to spiral. All right. It really is just that first time getting to Diamond and then to 1-star, and then everything else just kind of just starts to roll the ball. So how we are going to start doing training is I'm going to show you right now. All right. So move this stuff. Actually, let me make sure that I mute all of this real quick too. Okay. Okay, so we are here. So you have seen this is the new coach welcome letter. It is super duper simple. When you sign up a new coach, you are going to get this document because it is posted on our team page in the files tab, and you are going to click file, either download or make a copy or add to my drive. You have multiple options here. The reason doing that is because this is view only. I don't want you to just completely edit this document. This is like the default copy, okay? So there's multiple options, either make a copy, add to my drive, or download as, and you just do Microsoft Word. So all you're gonna do is change out their name. It pretty much just talks to them about just getting started, how we believe in them, which is so important. And remember, guys, this is a huge risk for people to take because most people are playing it safe. They have no idea how to start their own business. They have no idea what they're doing. So we just need to make it super simple. But first off, remind them that they have just taken or said yes to something so effing awesome. And our job is to help them grow as independent from us as quickly as possible so that they start to instill their own belief, find their own groove, build their own niche and tribe, and just make it their own and have fun with it. Okay? So, actually, this is the wrong one. Okay, so I have it here. Just says, welcome, girl. At the bottom, it kind of talks about the team, your Soulshine, team page. And then what it's going to do is it's going to just ask them a few questions just so that it's a little bit easier for you as far as keeping track of your coaches. Okay, so what I do is after they send me these answers is I copy and paste them and I put them into a new document, and then I have a whole folder for all of you. All right, so when it gets to the point that your team is like expanding and growing so exponentially fast that you just have a hard time keeping up with people, some people are going to fall through the cracks. But then when you notice somebody in your downline that's just like taking off and kicking ass, you might not know anything about them. Okay, it could be a coach's 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 coach. So you can at least go in here and see these and you know a little bit more about them. All right, I know that for some of you right now, you may be thinking, I don't have a team. Like, why would I do this? Do it as soon as you start to sign up your first coach, because I wish that I had. All right, I promise you, you're going to wish that you would have done this. So once they send you these questions, they are going to go to the new coach checklist. All right. This checklist can be completed within 24 to 48 hours. The biggest thing too is that, just make sure that I feed everybody, is that in this new coach checklist, just as quickly as they complete it, that just kind of shows how serious they are at running this business. All right. So if it takes them 14 days to get back to you with this, then no, don't text them every single day about coaching. Just be their friend. Don't shove coaching down their throat. If they get back to you within 24 hours and they're like, hey girl, I did everything, I'm ready to go, what's the next step? Yes, you can talk to them like a business building coach. But remember, this is their business, not yours. You have to run with them at the pace that they want to run. All right. Again, something that I am still struggling with because I am like run, 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 run. So I need to know that not everybody wants to run as quickly as I do. So why is this called a checklist? Because they can either print this out or just kind of like mentally cross these off as they go. But step one is getting started with the fitness program. You guys know how important this is. You have to fall in love with our programs and with Shakeology, or otherwise you will not be successful as a coach. Because there's nothing, no one wants to sell anything. That is one of the biggest objections that you ever receive when you're talking to somebody as a coach, right? Nobody wants to be a salesperson. Nobody wants to sell something. But why, when somebody loves something so much, do they not feel like they're selling it? Because you feel like you're sharing it. And, you know, you just have to get to the point where you believe in it so much that it doesn't matter if somebody makes one comment, because you eat, sleep, and breathe this. You love it. You see that other people are being changed by this opportunity. So don't let the negativity get you down, right? Talks about getting and staying active. If they have previously purchased a challenge pack and then sign up to be a coach afterward, how to get the $40 reimbursement fee, all right? Team calls, things like that about Shakeology, how to find answers. Remember, reach out to Google and FAQ first, and then you reach out to us, or you reach out to the team page. Because guys, you want to be a go-getter. Your coaches do what you do, not what you say to do. Okay? So send in direct deposit, all that stuff, and then just how do we earn? What's the importance of rank advancing? So say if you're a coach right now and you still don't know all of these things, like what happens when you're an Emerald coach? PV, personal volume points. If you don't know this stuff, I want you to go through this welcome letter. So coach training is now changing. Okay? I just don't have the time right now. You need to be focusing, like right now, if you're just a coach, you need to be focusing 100% of your time on your business, not on the one coach that you have on your team. That is managerial mode. We are business owners. We are not managers. If they want to run, they'll run. If not, you can't make them do that. And you're going to not love this anymore if you're dragging people around. All right. So it is going to be a self-paced training. What we're going to do is have them take this GEM personality little test to figure out what training they're going to do. All right. So then they're going to get back to you. They're going to text you and say, hey, I did the questions or whatever. I am a blah. I am a Ruby. All right. So for me, I know that, what was it? Okay, so I'm like an emerald. I'm just kind of like, let me get to the point, like, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Give me a list and I got it, okay? So once they know what gem they are, they're going to come to the gem training, okay? And they're going to pick whichever one they are. And when they click on it, it's going to be a self-paced training, all right? So they go through this at their pace. All right, I'm going to keep the Let Your Soul Shine training group open so that everybody has a place to at least post their assignments, post or share a post that they were thinking about posting on their Facebook, but they might be nervous about or they wanted feedback on first. So we're still going to have a private space for it, but it's all done at their own pace. I promise you the easiest way to burn yourself out is two things. One, hold on to somebody that says they're going to order. Great. If they're going to order, fantastic, but you're not waiting around for them to order. All right. You are here to change people's lives, not one person's life. If they're not ready yet, they're not ready yet. You move on and then you follow up with them until they are ready. And then so not chasing challengers just because they said they were going to order. If I waited around for everyone who said they were going to order, I would never hit Success Club. Okay. And then number two is forcing people to build a business when they simply want to dabble and have a hobby. Okay. So this is the coach training. Listen back through this call if you're still a little confused about it or if you just have questions in general. So I am just going to now get into the core of the call, and that is how to go from dabbling in the business to building the business and crushing it. All right. So I have 4 points here. If you guys want to take notes on these. Number one, guys, is you just have to know, what do you want out of coaching? Okay, so for some of you, it could simply be, I just want an extra $50 to pay for my weekly gas. or I just want an extra $100 to pay for groceries. All right, it can be any one of those things. Or it could be something like, I want to make $10,000 a week and I want to pay off my credit card debt in one day, and I want to pay off my mortgage the first day of the month because I have the money and I can. Right? You have to get crystal freaking clear about what you want, because until you do, you're going to make a bunch of excuses as to why you shouldn't show up to your business. And that is called your mean girl. That is the inner part of your conscious that is telling you that you worked so hard today already on your day job. You know, you don't need to come home and do this. Like, you're already doing more than what most people do. Or the person that says something like, you know, but you're so tired. And like, you know, you'll just do it tomorrow. Like, you know, what's one message going to make a difference? It makes the world of a difference. Because so many of you were that one message that I didn't want to send because I was tired, but I did it anyway. Right? So you have to get clear on what you want. And it starts with your why. Okay? So what do you want? It has to start with your why. You have to know what your why is, and you need to be able to spit it off every single day. And it needs to be more than I want to help people. It needs to be more than that, because you do not need a business to help people. You can start running groups whenever you want, posting workout videos whenever you want. Pinterest is filled with free shit that people are just posting on there all the time. Right? So I want to help people because I personally, and then what have you overcome? What was the biggest struggle that you have overcome in your life? Because that's probably what you want to help other people overcome. But it needs to be that specific, because until it's that specific, you're going to be posting to everyone. And when you post to everyone, you are reaching no one. You are posting for your niche, right? You are not a store. You are not Beachbody. You are Vanessa. You are Allison. You are Kelsey. You are Erica. That's who you are. So you need to find the people that are just like you. Because the people that are just like that other person, there's going to be a coach that finds them. Right? So if you've been given this opportunity and you feel that your life has been changed from it, it is your duty, it is your service to go out there and educate and empower girls just like you that are waiting for something like this to fall into their laps. Okay, so you have to know your why. And you have to be able to shoot it out. And it has to be something that wakes you up and fires you up every day. Because if you come home and you are making excuses and you are not at least adding 20 new people a day to your network and you want to build this business, guys, adding 20 new friends takes 5 minutes. There's just no excuse not to do it. Right? So 20 new friends, it's so easy to do that. And if your why is that I want to be home with my family all the time, and if I don't really want to be with them because it kind of drives me nuts one day, at least I have the money. I know I can hire a nanny and have her come over to the house and clean the whole thing just because I want to go to the spa or I don't want to do anything, right? You need to know what your why is. And it needs to be big. Okay. Next, under like the what do you want part. So it starts with your why. And then how do you build on your why? How do you believe in your why? You have to read personal development. Okay, and you have to read/listen to personal development. So one form of personal development is you're on the team call right now. That's personal development. Other personal development is the National Wake Up Call. Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. Guys, it's free top coaches. People that you hopefully will meet, but they're in like the 0.0001% of the company, that are earning tens of thousands of dollars a week. And guys, I'm not shouting out dollar amounts because of like superficial materialistic things, but of having options, of having, opportunities, of not having to say no to your family, of not living paycheck to paycheck or stressing about paper. All right? That is why you're here. And not only that, but to show somebody else who could be in $300,000 worth of medical debt because of, a pregnancy or something. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. You need to show them what is possible, because people do what you do, not what you say you do. So if you want to attract business building people into your team, you need to ask yourself, if I had 10 people on my team right now and they all did what I did, would I be successful? You need to ask yourself that. And it starts with personal development, building up your confidence so that, I had two kind of mean people today. And I'm very open with this, and I talk to people about it. And, in my 21 months of coaching, I've honestly only had like 4, I'm just going to use the word because this is really what they were, bitches respond to me. And it hurts and it sucks. But at the end of the day, it gets easier because I just feel bad for those kinds of people because I was them. I was that angry person because I never read personal development. I thought that this was life and this is what I was dealt and this is what I had to deal with. And I was just stuck, right? I pity-parted myself. I wouldn't take responsibility for why I was where I was. It was everyone else's fault. And then personal development is kind of like that slap in the face. It's that tough love, but we all need to hear it. So going off on personal development a little bit, right now, I think all of you have what it takes to be coaches. And I'm saying that because almost all of you now that are on the call have been here for more than 2 months. Or some of you have been here for more than 2 months. So if you weren't going to be here, you would have quit already. Okay, I think that sometimes we can get so caught up in reading things like You Are a Badass, or The Universe Has Your Back, or Big Magic, or kind of like fluffier kinds of things. And that stuff's great, guys. It is great. But right now, if you're asking yourself, why am I not running with this the way that I thought I would? Or why didn't my business take off the way that I intended it to? Because I was really excited to get this started. You really need to sit down and pick out a network marketing book. You need a business book. Okay? And my top recommendations are Get Over Your Damn Self, hands down, because it is geared specifically for women in network marketing. She talks to you how to invite, how to follow up, how to reach out to new people, how to overcome objections. I mean, it is straight out reaching out to coaches. The other one is Go Pro by Eric Worre. Awesome. I seriously read the book 3 times when we were in Mexico because the font's like 82. It's like 5 words on each page. It's super simple to read, but again, how to talk to people, how to not be salesy, how to share and educate and empower and inspire. And we don't want to just inspire people. We want to inspire people to take action. Anybody can inspire somebody. Go to Pinterest. You can get inspiration all damn day by just reading those quotes. But our goal is to inspire people to take action. Okay? So part 1 was what do you want? And that's knowing what your why is. How do you build on your why? How do you build the confidence in your why? Is reading personal development or listening to a podcast every single day. All right, there's a great podcast called We Built This, and it is by a bunch of women who have built their own businesses. And they talk to you about their before, their during, and their after. And the funniest part is all of them were normal people. They were tired. They were frustrated. They felt like they were spinning their wheels. Nothing was happening. They're running up an escalator that was going down. And then one day, because they just kept showing up, it took off. That's all it takes, guys. There's no magic sauce. There's no secret to this. It's just be here a year from now. You have to be here a year from now. So part 2 is how bad do you want it? Okay, so you have to figure out what do you want, and then part 2, how bad do you want it? Because it is very easy. Most of our lives aren't bad. And we have it a lot better than most people in the world. But I'm not the kind of person that just says, well, first off, we don't want to compare ourselves to anybody, right? It's not, well, I'm doing better than they are, but are you doing what you can do? Are you being your best? Who gives a shit what they're doing or what they're not doing? Are you being your best? Or are you just giving up? Are you just quitting? Are you stopping early? Are you making excuses? Are you telling yourself that you don't really want it that badly in the moment, but then you're laying and tossing and turning in bed at night thinking, I could have done a little bit more? All right, now don't let that eat you up. Obviously, take some breaks and understand that some days you're just going to have days. But I'm talking just in general, more or less, you want to ask yourself, just how bad do you want this? And a big part of that is telling yourself that it's not a priority. You've seen that quote. Is instead of saying I'm busy, say it's not a priority. And I want you to say it's not a priority to your why. Okay, so if the first thing on your why list is to, let's just say, pay off your student loan debt or pay for your next family vacation, because maybe you haven't been able to go on one in a couple years because money's tight. Okay, or it's hard to save up money because you're also paying off student loans at the same time and trying to adult and pay your rent. You have all these things going on. You need to ask yourself, this is what you would say. That is not as important as me sitting down and watching a show 30 minutes earlier than I need to watch it, just because I want it, right? What do you want most versus what do you want right now? Because what do you want right now, if you keep choosing that, that becomes your life. That becomes your reality. And typically the things that we choose right now are the easiest things. Sitting on the couch, watching TV, snacking, scrolling through social media when you could be making money and changing lives by scrolling on social media. All right? So I want it so bad that I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I do. Because not only do I have a big goal, but I want that shit to happen right now. I want that island lifestyle now, not tomorrow, not 5 years from now. So I've made that sacrifice. I miss time hanging out with Ben. I miss time going out with my friends. Like even right now, as you can see, they're just chilling inside. We don't have any couches yet. I'm just like out here working, you know? It is what it is, but I know what I want. It's my goal. You got to know that too. So 3, what does it take to make this happen? So these are just a bunch of different characteristics, and I want you to ask yourself if you have these, and if not, what are you going to do to work toward them? Not dwelling on the fact that you don't have these, because most people don't have these characteristics. You build these up. They're like your self-love. You have to work on that muscle just like you work on your biceps and your hamstrings, okay? So the first one is, and you guys are going to hate me for this, consistency. Consistency. You have to be consistent. I know it's so annoying. I'm even tired of hearing myself say it. But it's just like in your fitness, guys. If you're not consistent going to the gym, squatting, perfect example. Building a butt is like the hardest thing in the entire world. You can get abs in 3 weeks, okay? Building an ass takes at least 1.5 to 2 years to like transform something, okay? Believe me, I'm still on the journey. But I'm so inconsistent with it, which is why it's not where I want it to be yet. Your business is the same way, guys. If you're not consistent every day, and what I mean by consistent is you don't have to be sending out 800 invites. Let me be more realistic. You have to be sending out 30 invites every day. But you should be sending out 15 to 20 invites every day. Not 5 here, 40 here, 2 here, 17 here. Don't do that. You're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to burn yourself out. You're not going to have fun with this anymore. Just get consistent with it. And it's crazy because when you do that, we are such productivity creatures, right? When we cross things off, when we create consistent habits, we get addicted to it. We do. You just have to get over that initial week of, I normally only invite like 5 people a day, but I really want this. Like, I really want the things that I put down on my why. So I'm going to just try this. Because what's going to happen is you are going to be walking on cloud 9 with confidence, with belief, that before you know it, you're not going to settle for less than 15 invites a day. It's exactly what happens. Okay? So consistency is 1. Number 2 is belief. You have to have belief in yourself that this is possible, that when I talk about income and what some of these coaches are doing and the lifestyles that they're living, you have to believe that it's possible. For the pure and simple fact that they were all normal people. They were all normal people. And I know that so many people can get discouraged hearing the before story because we need to hear that. So what that we didn't see them go from rock bottom to rock star status? You just have to believe it. And when you are reading network marketing books that are business-minded, not just love yourself and everything will fall into place, but like business-minded books, because you're in a business, you will believe that network marketing is the way to go. And that's what, and you're holding on to something really awesome in your hands. You have to have that belief, because if you don't, no one's going to join you. they're gonna sense that you're nervous. If you send an invite like, hey girl, I mean, like, I don't mean to bother you, and like, no worries if you're not interested, but I was just wondering if maybe you would wanna, no one is ever gonna join you. Like, that's not confidence. You need to say, hey girl, last month you told me that you were really serious about taking control of your health because you want to be able to rock a swimsuit this summer that you haven't worn in 3 years. I haven't been able to get in touch with you, but I wanted to reach out once more to see if you're still serious about hitting that goal. If so, I'm with you every step of the way. That is belief. That's belief, that's confidence. Anyone would want to join you. And you have to, and just if you don't have it right now, fake it till you make it. Do it enough that that's who you are. Just like you read personal development enough, you become that strong-minded person. Okay? You also have to take responsibility. All right? So what does it take to be successful, to start finding business builders, is you have to take responsibility for what you do and what you don't do in this business. Your success is based on your success. Your failure is based on your failure alone. Guys, remember, when I signed up, my coach quit 2 weeks later. I trained myself purely off of YouTube and the FAQ section of Beachbody. I didn't go through coach training until it was my 3 months into the business. But at that point, I had already kind of known a lot. I didn't know how to put people on my team or whatever, but I knew how to invite, and I knew how to follow up with somebody, and I would text 45-paragraph novels to these people. God bless them for not unfriending me or all of them, or blocking me or whatever. But I just went for it. Fail forward. You're going to say the wrong thing, but you just got to start. You all know how to be human beings and talk to people, right? Okay, so you have to take that responsibility. If you don't know something, look for the answer. You're business owner. Going from dabbling to business, like, you got to take responsibility for stuff because you want to do what you want your team to do. And then the last one is, got to be hungry. And I know that one sounds a little awkward, but you have to be hungry for success. You have to be starving for your dream life. Like, it has to light you up and literally, like, just burn your core on fire to the point that you cannot imagine living the same day over and over and over and over again, and be surrounded by people that aren't doing awesome, epic shit with their lives. Because we were not all placed on this earth to just exist and die. We all have a gift, and it is all our responsibility to share that with the world. And how do you do that? You have to be so hungry for your why. Because when you are, people sense your passion. They're drawn to it. They want to be in your space. And you don't have to be loud and powerful or anything like that, but you just have to show up every day. And you have to show people that you're going to be here. That even if they're not ready to join you now, you're going to be here a year from now. Okay? So then the last one is number 4 is, what do you do? Okay? So we talked about what do you want, how bad do you want it, what does it take, and now what do you do? One is, you got to write down your goals every day. Not once a week, not when I make a video and I tell you to write them down. Write down your goals every single morning. Okay? And so every day I am writing down, I hit Success Club 40. I am 2-star diamond, and then I put the date. I am 5-star diamond, and then I put the date. Okay? And then I put down, I pay off all of my student loans of $47,000 on my 30th birthday. I live on an island in the Caribbean on December 31st of 2018. I say that every single day. You have to say it and believe it and write it down, pen to paper. Put that out into the universe and let them know that you are coming for your life and nothing's going to stop you. Not a mean message, not a non-response, not somebody that said they were going to order one time that you won't even remember in 2 years from now. Let them go. If they're not ready, you keep running. They will be, and they will join you in time. The question is not, when are they going to join you? It's, are you going to be here 6 months to a year from now? Because it doesn't matter if they join you right now or not. Because if you're not going to be here a year from now, it doesn't matter if they join you right now. It doesn't matter about that one challenge pack sale or that 2 Success Club points. Are you going to be here a year from now? Okay? So you have to write down your goals every day, as well as those affirmations. Super simple stuff, guys. Be proof of the product. The vital behaviors. Drink your shake. Read personal development. Work out. Print out a workout calendar. You guys are all awesome at this, actually, to be honest with you. All of you that are on the call right now, you're very, very, very good at this. I can tell you what program you're doing. I can tell that you are into health and fitness, but I can tell that it's not the only thing about your life, which is good. Remember, you are not Beachbody. You are you that happens to enjoy health and fitness and offer other girls to join you on that journey. All right? So with that, posting. Okay, you have to post, guys. This is so important. And the good thing is, you're all awesome at it. So that's awesome. Like, that's really not one thing right now that we need to talk about a lot. For anyone that's listening to the recording, if you're kind of struggling with it, just reach out. But you want to be different. All right? So what I mean by that is, don't just post Shakeology and you holding it and just being like, love my superfoods. Like, have a reason for posting it. Right? Because people in their head are always already thinking, oh my God, if I see one more freaking Shakeology post, I'm going to shoot somebody in the face. Okay? Be different. Because people are going to think about you. They're not going to think about the product. You want them to buy into you, not into Beachbody. So what I mean by that is pick out an ingredient. Talk about it. Take your most common objection against it, money, and do a fun game. Over the next week, keep track of how much it would have cost you if you went out and bought a grande caramel macchiato or whatever from Starbucks. All right? And then write that down. Or write down what you used to buy as far as groceries were for a week for all of your breakfast and maybe one snack, or what all ingredients you bought for your smoothies and your protein powder versus what it costs to drink Shakeology. And then the convenience of it. Because you don't need to put 112 ingredients into your Shakeology, but you needed to put 112 ingredients into your smoothie, right? And then, so to just go more and off of that, you just want to be different. You just want to stand out. You want people to scroll through your page and not think, oh, Beachbody coach. Most people that talk to me have no idea that I'm a Beachbody coach. I just say coach because I am not Beachbody. I'm Emily. This is just the route that I happen to, the vehicle that I'm using to empower women. Okay. And then last one, obviously, are the biggest ones. You make new friends. Okay. By adding friends on Facebook, through events, through groups, through mutual friends or suggested friends. You follow new people on Instagram, people that you actually like, not just anybody, people you actually like, your tribe, you follow them. And then you say hi to them. You just start a conversation. What do you have in common? Talk about it. And then from there, while you're posting, they're gonna like something that you post. If you are talking to them and you're engaging with them, you're liking and commenting on their stuff, they're gonna like and comment on yours. You can easily send a thank you message, and then it's just naturally gonna fall into the invite. That is how you go from dabbling to building and crushing your business. You know what to do. You just gotta sit down and just do it. Make a schedule that works for you and do it every single day. Okay? I will finish that off by just saying that, one thing that I do notice, and it's not just like you guys, I notice this in other team pages too, is that whenever somebody posts on our team page, you guys don't have to go and like it right away. All right? I would rather you be adding new friends and inviting and following up with people than liking something that I just shared in Team Let Your Soul Shine. All right? I see shit posted. I'm in like 500 team pages. I don't look at any of that stuff. I don't look at any of it. If I'm tagged in it, maybe I'll stop and look at it, but like 20 minutes from now. That's not what's on my to-do list right now. If I'm doing my power hour, if I'm following my business hours and I'm inviting, it is not time to just scroll through Facebook and just run through groups. Be productive and efficient with your time. Build your business and have fun with this. I promise you, the more that you start to treat this like a business, you're going to get excited about this. If you're just sitting around and just kind of like waiting for people to reach out to you and waiting for people to start joining you, it's just not going to happen, guys. You have to be a go-getter. And remember, you attract the coaches that you are. So you have to ask yourself, who am I talking to? Who am I attracting? Because are they going to build this business with me? All right? So go out, kick butt. What was it? The sneak peek starts tomorrow, so you guys can start adding people now. I did post a video. Biggest thing, if you are adding people, just make sure that you also comment on that intro post Because if you do it, remember, they do what you do, not what you say to do. So don't just tag them, actually post in the group as well. I'm going to do that also. All right. So bye, guys. Have an awesome night.